Hi y'all, today we're going to be taking a look at the Pilot, the burst pistol for NS, available to all factions as a combatable sidearm. So the Pilot is, in my humble opinion, one of the NS trio. It is an amazing pistol, and honestly, I might even recommend it over the Underboss. So when I say the NS trio, I mean the Underboss, the Commissioner, and the Pilot. So the Underboss and Commissioner for a long time have stood the test of time as two of the best pistols in the game, because Empire-specific pistols don't really hold up. But the Pilot is good enough to be up there too. So what the Pilot is it's a little burst pistol, and because it's not a revolver, it doesn't kick that hard. So you're looking at 440 RPM, which is, pretty good. 200 damage, which is really good because it means that, if you're good, you can 3-tap people in that 3-round burst, and you will shred through targets like that. Your muzzle velocity is junk, but that's to be expected. Your reload speeds are quick. 12 rounds of ammunition is usually enough to save you, and your hip and aim stats are fine. So what the Pilot really shines in is you can definitely primary it if you want to, but where it really, really shines is as a backup pistol. So say you're in engagement and you run out of ammo with your primary and you're thinking, oh shit, I'm gonna die, you pull out the Pilot and you blap the dude because you're looking at 600 damage assuming all 3 of your shots hit, plus more if you're landing headshots. Like, it's extremely, extremely fast damage that hits hard, and it's extremely easy to use because this gun has little recoil. And because it's burst, your cone of fire bloom doesn't become a problem. It's just an extremely well-rounded pistol that really works in every situation. The only place it's not really going to work is at range, but, unless you're bringing a Commissioner or a Blackhand, you're probably not too worried about range on your pistol. So in the way of attachments, you get your 1Xs and 2Xs, your standard pistol optics. You can leave them blank if you don't want to spend 100 strips on an optic. You can go for the 1. I personally would not go for the 2. You just use this thing in too close range to be able to work a 2 effectively, but if you want to, be my guest. Now, on the barrel, you've got a suppressor, a comp, and a flash suppressor. The flash suppressor is a very safe pick if you don't want to commit to anything. The compensator is fine if you like aiming down sights. And the suppressor is fine if you want to stay silent or are using it as, say, an infiltrator, or you just want to, have the suppressor bonuses. That said, I would probably either go for the flash sup or leave the barrel blank. And because this gun also works very excellently in hipfire, presuming you run the laser, at which point, of course, don't pick the compensator. So in your rail, you've got your extended mag, your laser, your dark light, and the multicolored NS lights. They're all the same. All the lasers are the same. The multicolored ones just cost daybreak cash. I would probably not buy them, but how you spend your money is up to you. Now, both attachments here are good, but for different reasons. The laser sight is obviously just a straight upgrade, your hipfire accuracy gets better, you can laser people on backup much quicker and more accurately, but if you like to use this gun aimed down sights or you're trying to primary it, I would probably lean towards the extended magazine. Those 3 extra rounds can be life-saving and give you a bit of a safety net, as in you get 1 more burst before you have to reload. But you also have to keep in mind that this will make your equip time worse, which is noticeable when you have to panic pull it out and you need to kill someone quickly because you're out of ammo. That equip time might get you killed. It's the same problem that the Commissioner and the Blackhand have, where they have longer equip times than the other pistols. That extended mag isn't quite as bad, but it will still slow you down, and it can still get you killed. That said, I still think it's a very comfortable pick, but just be aware that that equip time is, it is a hit. So you're going to be seeing the Assassin Pilot, because I've already seen the regular one, but they're mechanically the same, of course. And, for the purposes of this review, we're going to be primarying this thing. It is currently off hours Esamir on Connery at 1:59 p.m. And, yeah. So normally this pistol works best as a backup, as I've been saying. I'm going to primary it here to demonstrate that, it works great in all situations, but as a backup pistol, it really is unmatched. The only pistols that really come close to the Pilot, in terms of just being a backup panic pistol, are the Underboss and a couple of the Empire-specific burst pistols. Other than that, it is nigh unmatched, just because of how much damage it has and how quickly it forces out that damage. Do we really not have a Sunder at Sarah? Okay, we're bringing one in, good. It'd be unfortunate to kill the pace of the review by just straight up not having a spawn. It'd be most unfortunate. So, the Pilot, as I say, works great as a backup pistol. In fact, if you want to know an example of how good it works as a backup pistol, Iraxium to mine is a backup for my launcher grind. So, like, if you're grinding through your decimators or your launchers because you're doing the launcher directive, in which case I'm sorry for you, the pilot works exceptional as a backup there. And, you know, if you can make this thing work as a backup for rocket launchers, you can make it work for just about anything. It's that good and it's that reliable. I seriously cannot recommend this pistol enough. I have nothing but good things to say about it. Because realistically, if they try to improve anything that's bad about the weapon, such as its relatively small magazine, it would probably break the weapon, in all honesty. Like, it's a very good pistol, and hence why I believe it deserves to join the NS Trio, NS Duo if you don't already consider the pilot there. But, like, you can 1v1 heavies with this thing. Of course, you're going to have to land headshots, and it greatly helps if you're a heavy yourself. But, you know, it puts out a lot of damage. And it's insanely accurate, and, like, if you run the compensator, it barely recoils when you're aiming down sights. Of course, if you run the comp, your hipfire starts to go, but it's all about trades. But, yeah, the small magazine is probably the greatest problem with the pilot. So if you start to miss bursts, you know, you're losing 600 damage for every burst that you miss. And in a weapon with only 4 bursts, or 5 if you take the extended mag, it's a lot of damage to lose in a magazine. So you really, like, definitely this pistol's aim dependent, but I wouldn't say it's as aim dependent. It's certainly a lot more forgiving than the Underboss or Commissioner because of how slow those guns fire, relatively. You can get away with missing more on the Underboss than you can with the revolvers. That said, try not to. But nonetheless, it's just something to be aware of. If you're going to primary it, I would absolutely run it with Gunslinger, because that fast reload speed will generally make up for the magazine disadvantage, but, you know, if you're primarying pistols anyway, you should probably be running Gunslinger, so it's a bit of a redundant point. But you get my point. The pilot is extremely well-rounded, it is extremely versatile, and on a personal level, I genuinely believe it might be the best overall pistol in the entire game, but that is just my opinion. I haven't found, at least for me, I haven't found another pistol that works just as well as this one in all roles with such ease of use. It is... I can't recommend it enough. And honestly, for a new player, if you're really looking to buy a pistol, this is the one I would get. I would get it over the revolvers because of how easy it is to use. Fortunately, I get shot in the head by a lynx, but it is what it is. So we're just going to keep messing around here at Cerro, shooting people in the head, you know the drill. And, just going to talk for a little bit as a bit of a side topic, you know, like usual. So, for the last 2 years I've been streaming on Twitch, but, you know, YouTube is doing really well, if I'm being totally honest. Like, how the hell do all of you keep watching these things? Like, I have 2.2k views for the last 28 days. Like, that is unheard of to me. So, I thank you all very much. So I was floating the idea of returning to streaming on YouTube. You'll have to let me know if you're up for this, or if you'd like me to do it anyway. Because I like streaming. Oh, there's already a gunner here. I can sit on the side and move, I guess. Yeah, if you would like to see me live stream on YouTube, please let me know. Or join the Discord, the link should be in the description. Or pester me on Twitter, I don't know. I'm social media plugging, sue me. So, oh, we did flip the base. I didn't even notice it flipped. Okay, well that puts a bit of a wrench in things. LI Forest Path. Rhyme isn't a fight. Ah, shit. Fights just died. That's not good. I guess I can go plant a dervish into the tech plant while I talk a little bit. I shall plant a Falcon there. Where's my ice camo? There it is. So anyway, yes, I'm floating, streaming on YouTube, but let me know if you'd be interested in that. I'm floating doing some more Modern Warfare 2 content. And I'm just trying to find content, because, like, as much as I have many guns to talk about, like, there will be a day where eventually I will outpace myself. Like, remember the fact that I'm putting out a video a day, right? Like, I'm going to outpace myself on stuff I can talk about in just planet-side terms. Oh god, I have to sneeze. The problem of doing this live. I'm sorry, I'll mute my microphone for you. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. Wow, there is nobody here. I picked a long time to log on. I didn't think it'd be this dead. But yeah, like, because of, like, I'm putting out one video a day, which, you know, I think it's good to have that constant content coming, but, you know, I'm going to run out of planet-side videos at some point. Like, if I look at my current list, I just accidentally reloaded. Try not to fat finger the reload key unless you can get away with it. So, if I'm looking at my current list of planet-side stuff, I have about a month left of daily content to work through. With my current list, I can always add a lot more guns to it. Like, there's still a bunch of stuff I can't cover. Like, right now I'm only covering weapons I particularly like, or at least think people should know about. So, realistically, I have about a month left of planet-side videos. Assuming I don't add anything, change anything, you know the drill. So, what was I saying? In the balance,
stabilized.
Do you want to keep seeing, like, daily planet-side, like, only stuff? Do you want me to start mixing it up and throwing in maybe some Modern Warfare 2 content in there, or some other content? Like, I'm not really sure. Like, gun reviews are easy because it's just, like, you know, I talk about my gun, I give my honest feelings and thoughts on it, I try and let you know how it is, I play with it a bit, kind of go on a tangent or two. And then, you know, like, those are pretty simple videos, I think. And because I don't edit, they're also, you know, good. So, I'm floating a couple other ideas, like, Code Vein stuff, Hitman stuff, hell, I don't know, like, just, I don't know, more stuff in general. But I don't really know what people are gonna like, because I see how all these planet-side videos are doing, and I almost feel like, you know, I kind of have to stick with these in order for people to keep watching. So, that's just my honest thoughts, I'm just being totally honest here. Wow, this is just completely dead. I guess I'm just gonna stop playing, I guess. Oop, hello there. Yeah, the velocity kind of sucks at range, and, you're gonna miss people. It's a bit of a skill issue, I'll be totally honest, but, you know. So, yeah, I guess I don't really have a whole lot else to say because the fight just isn't here. Hi there, Vanguard. Okay. Man, people went right back to Sarah while I was sitting around at the tech plant. Damn. But you should probably have a pretty good idea of how the pilot is, so... Yeah, it's just a good, reliable pistol. I honestly think it's one of the best pistols in the game. But, you know, there is a trial button. Feel free to trial a weapon for yourself and get an idea for how it feels. Like, you don't need to just dump 1,000 search into something. The trial button is there. You should use it. And, yeah, if you think I should, like, do streams on YouTube or some other kinds of content ideas or whatever you want to see, I don't know, man. I just try and be honest. Like, I just try and be honest and say, you know, what I think. I don't ever want to bullshit you guys for listening to me. Like, I don't want to bullshit you or be honest or, like, lie about stuff, so, yeah, wow, this is gonna make the video really, have a really rough end, won't it? Well, yeah, pilot, good pistol, please tell me what I should do. Help, I beg. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with a review on the 11C.
Victory has
So,
not eluded us.
thank you,
Fight harder.
Papa Vanu. We will fight harder in your stead.